So on your homework, as soon as you hit part B, you realize that the order of the books is being like dictated to you. They're telling you that certain books have to be in certain places. And it isn't as simple as just like 8P8. Could you read part B one more time?
B?
Yeah.
How many ways can the books be arranged so that volume 5 will be the rightmost book?
That spot right there has to be volume 5. The way you should think of this now is how many choices do I have for each spot? Just wait, start with this spot. You just told me it had to be volume 5. How many choices do I have for that spot? One choice. Now I can pick any of the spots from here. I can go back here if you want. Now I've used up one of my books. How many choices do I have for this spot? 7. How many choices do I have for this spot? You get the idea? It's kind of like a permutation, but... And I know it feels weird to have another 1, but there's only one book left when you get here. So yeah, at this spot, there was only one choice also. So sometimes you want to do these problems as choices. All right, let's do part C together. This is on Thursday's homework. Gavin, would you please read part C?
Use the answers above to find the probability that volume 5 is the rightmost book if the books are arranged at random.
All right. Now, as soon as they said it's a probability, I know that I got to divide something. So far, I haven't even done any probabilities. All right. But if it's a probability, it's what I want on top over what's possible on the bottom. Now, it said use the answers from above. All right, so we already had an answer for part A. Somebody needs to read that to me. Gavin, I'm going to stick with you. Would you read me part 1A and the answer for 8 factorial?
Okay, so how many ways can the...
Can you just tell me the answer for it, though?
So I think it would be...
Did you actually multiply out 8?
3,000,
Okay.
320.
2320?
40.
4320?
4032.
40320. Can I verify that is correct now? 40,320? Okay, good. Then that's all the possible ways. And that goes here. Okay. Now, what I want to happen has book 5 in this last spot. And that's what we just did here. Now, I haven't multiplied it out yet, but essentially, isn't it just 7 factorial? 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 each is 1, and with an extra times 1, which doesn't going to do anything, right? You could either have multiplied them all out, or you could actually just do 7 factorial. Have you got 7 factorial yet? Do it. Use your calculator. Ethan, what did you get for 7 factorial?
I got 5,040.
5040?
Yep.
Can anybody verify that number? Bunch of nodding heads, so good. There's 5,000 ways where the thing I want, which is the volume 5 being on the right, there's 5,000 ways for that, so that's what I want, so that goes on top. These are tricky, aren't they? So obviously they just made you figure out this number, made you figure out that number, and then made you realize that, oh, I guess I can just divide those two numbers to get the probability. What I wanted was there's 5,000 ways with the 5 on the right. All the ways are on the bottom. Divide those two, you'll get your answer. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew about this blanks method. I'm going to give you one more example. Please stop your homework for just a second. I know that's difficult, but let's say that I pick this row right here of 6 kids, and I say, we're going to go up to bat. And if you've ever played like softball or baseball before, you know there's something called a batting order, okay? And you really want your best hitter that usually is really consistent and almost always gets on base. Where do you want to put them in the batting order? First. Because if they get a hit, like they usually do, they're going to be on base. And that means when somebody else later gets a hit, Now they get to advance, and maybe they're going to end up scoring. So if you didn't know about this, in baseball, where your most consistent hitter, you probably want them to be first. So let's say that I know that Vince is awesome at baseball. I want him to be first in line. So if I have 6 spots, and I have already decided that I think Vince should be right here, then how many choices do I have for that spot? 1. And then if there were 6 kids to put in order, how many choices do I have for this spot? 5, because I've already used 1 up. And then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. And it ends up being just 5 factorial. But it's not so simple as to just go, oh, I know it's 5 factorial. You got to set up the blanks. Now, what if, did you guys know, have you heard of a cleanup hitter before? That you usually put them 4th in your list of 6. It isn't always 6. I just use that from the classroom. But if I knew that another kid, let's say I say Violetta is a really good hitter, and she hits like more like the home run kind of hits, you want to put her 4th. And so then I only have 1 choice for this spot. See what I mean? If they define certain things, you only have 1 choice. You have to do that 1 person. And then I don't have 6 people anymore. I don't even have 5 people anymore. I only have 4 choices left for this spot. 3 choices, 2 choices, 1 choice. Get the idea? If they force you into certain things, like you only have 1 choice for this and 1 choice for that, that's how you do it. You can't just go, oh, it's going to be 5P2. It doesn't work when they define who has to be first or who has to be on the ends. All right, so I wanted to make sure you understood that blanks method. And then that's all I got for you for today.